of morning it is. Wow. What? What is that? Hello? Hello, are you... Hey, it's okay. What's wrong, man? Are you okay?
I'm just gems, they're all closed, and I don't know how to work out when they're all closed. It's so hard.
Hey, it's okay. I understand completely. I really do. And I have the exact solution you're looking for. Really? What is it? I'll tell you. It's called a door frame. Now, I know many of us are used to the common push-up, the common pull-up, and even, the common air squat. But all of those things you can do without any equipment. All of those things you can do in this time of quarantine when you don't have barbells, when you don't have dumbbells, when you have nothing available to you. Now, many of you might not know this, but this right here, this piece of furniture that everyone has access to, is also a form of equipment. Okay, there is thousands of different possibilities that I can do with this if I also have the pull apart. But we're going to focus solely on the door frame itself. Okay, now there are 6 primary exercises that you can do with this door frame hinge right here. Okay, and I'm going to show them to you. Now the first one begins here, okay, with the face pull. Now I'm sure many of you have heard of this exercise. It's a very good exercise for posture and for all the muscles along the posterior upper region of your back. Now normally I would do it here as a demonstration, but obviously there's a door in my way here, so I'm going to have to show it to you in the reverse way. All you simply do is have your arms at 90 degrees against the door frame. Again, every single one of these is going to use the door frame, so you better get used to doing that. And make sure your feet are slanted as far as you can go without falling. And then you simply lean back as if you're going to fall with your arms around at 90 degrees holding you in the door frame. And then use your upper back muscles, your upper trapezius, to push you up and go back down with control. Up and back down with control. Up again, hold, back down with control. Now you can even involve your levator scapula more if you want using this, simply by getting in the same position, feet up forward, leaning back, okay, neck neutral, and going up and raising your arms at the same time going back down, and continuing the same movement pattern as before. Okay. That simple raising at the end there will activate the levator scapulae and give you an even better exercise called door jam face pull. Now the second one, and arguably the second most important, is going to be the doorway row. Okay, so to begin this exercise, you simply need to grip the sides of the door. Okay, you can go any way. You can face this way, you can face the opposing way. It really doesn't matter as long as you are able to squat down like this. Squat down at a 90-degree angle. Have your arms equally in front of you, parallel to your face, and simply squeeze your upper and middle latissimus dorsi and back muscles to get you into this middle position. Now, if you want to make it easier, you can raise up fight against gravity a little less, okay? But if you want to make it more difficult, you can go even lower. Therefore, you're using more of your body weight to counterback the grip against the door frame, okay? So now this door frame row can be performed by almost any level. And as I said, if you do the correct regression and progression as I demonstrated, you can make sure to include this very important exercise in your body weight routine. Now we get to the third one. Now this third, and then also equivalently the fourth one, we'll be focusing on the biceps brachialis and a bit of the forearm, intrinsic forearm muscles as well. Now for this one, you want to start with the opposing arm right here. You want to make sure to lean a little bit back so that again you're actually pulling your body weight and not just standing up doing a simple hammer curl. Okay, so you're going to lean down, bend a little bit. You can even go lower if you want. Again, very similar to the doorway rows. We're going to, this is called a hammer single arm doorway row, ironically. So, but the main difference in this one, come closer. The main difference in this one is you're going to be curling and using your bicep to pull you up more than using your intrinsic back muscles on the posterior side of your body. And you should really feel a really good contraction when you get to the top here, and then slowly lower it down when you get here, and continue the repetitions consistently. Now, as it goes for your hand position, you can have either your thumb back here on the opposing side, or you can keep your thumb here. Really doesn't matter. Either way, make sure your hand is pushing against the door frame so you don't fall and injure yourself, and so you don't destabilize certain tendons in the forearm. And make sure that when you're contracting, you focus the contraction on the bicep and not the back, because again, this is a hammer row and we're doing basically the essential comparison is a hammer curl. We're doing a hammer curl using the door frame. So that's going to be exercise number 3. As previously stated in exercise number 3, exercise number 4 is also going to be a biceps brachialis isolation exercise. The main difference is going to be, though, in this exercise using the door frame, the back is going to be helping almost 0% if done correctly. So again, setup is almost exactly the same as the doorway row, except for this one, you're going to be focusing on externally rotating the outside of your body rather than lowering yourself like in the hammer row. So the starting position is going to be all the way out here, fully extend the arms straight. Then use your biceps brachialis, pull you in, go back, biceps brachialis, pull in, pull for a second, go back slow, and make sure to get that outward exterior turning happening, because without that, you're not going to get as good as a stretch as necessary to really feel the biceps and to really get that hypertrophy that you're so wanting in your biceps brachialis and in your overall arm completely. Now again, as with number 3, if you want to alternate, you obviously just go to the opposing side, grip it there, do exactly the same form, the same function, everything you just saw. Okay, so we've covered exercises that activate your posterior muscles and exercises that activate the pulling mechanisms in your body, such as the face pulls and such as rows and things such as that. Now we're going to focus on the deltoids. Now you could obviously do this with an isometric hold on the floor using a pike push-up or even a handstand push-up, but for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to be using the door frame. So this is very similar if you were to be holding 2 dumbbells in isolation into your lateral sides. You'll feel a similar burn. And in order to get in this position, you stand obviously equilateral in front of the door frame, and you put pressure equally on both sides of your wrists. Okay, the door frame is going to be in contact with your wrists here, and you push as hard as you can with the intent to try to break the door frame. Now, you will not actually break the door frame, but that is your goal. And Again, this is an isolation exercise, so you should be doing a timer for how long you're doing this. And as you can see, I am already starting to get a little shaky from the exercise because that's how much resistance I'm putting against the door frame. And this is just a great exercise to get some good deltoid stabilization, and it's just a great substitute for really any deltoid isolation exercise or shoulder exercise. So for this sixth and final exercise, we're going to be focusing again on the posterior and on the pulling mechanisms in the back. And this is probably the one out of all the other exercises that you've actually seen before or seen demonstrated or even thought about yourself. Okay, this is going to be the doorway pull-up. Now, there's two possibilities to do this, and even more if you say you have an attachment such as a pull-up door attachment. But again, the purposes of this demonstration is to show that you can do all these exercises without equipment, so we are not going to demonstrate that. But the first option is obviously to grip the doorway itself here. Now this requires a lot of strength, a lot of stabilization, and a lot of finger strength as well. So a lot of people are not going to be able to perform these, but if you think you have what it takes, all you do is you put the tops of your fingers against the door frame like this, and then obviously pull up. Okay, if you understand the functionality and how to do a pull-up, it's exactly the same. The only difference is a constant pain and tingling in your fingers. So that's why there's another option here where you use the door itself. Now I know you're thinking at first glance, you're like, oh, won't that break the door? Yes, it could. If done enough times and done incorrectly enough, yes, it could easily break the hinges, and then you have a lot of money in your hands that I'm not responsible for. But if you manage to put a wedge, as I have put some cards here in the fetal almost defeat, as long as you put a wedge under the door, then your weight going on top of it should not break the hinges. So I would recommend using a book if given the option, because that would be more stable than multiple books or even magazines. Something a little more stable than a deck of cards, but that's all we have here, so that's all you get. So with this one, again, very similar. The difference is you don't have to focus on finger grip. You can just put your palms right against here. Make sure, if you're using this door, that you hold it at both of the edges here and make sure it doesn't close on your hands. And simply lift up your legs, pull up, back down, pull up, back down. Okay, so this one a little bit still more difficult than an average pull-up because of the grip, but significantly easier than using your fingers as stabilizers. Oh, this is so cool. I really feel that biceps. Right, doing this exercise a lot. Oh, okay. I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. Whew, that's great. I didn't know I was upset anymore. There's like nothing to be upset about. I mean, oh, these stairs. I think I like broke my patella. What the? Stairs. That gives me an idea.